Hi, I'm Corey, and this is my secret story. Number 1. It's 5 a.m., Christmas morning. I haven't slept yet because anxiety, and I'm racing around my apartment, cleaning. I'm trying to distract myself because I'm alone. And I know that this Christmas is going to be the worst Christmas ever. Now, I usually don't tell people this, but I don't like Christmas anyway, let alone on a year like this. I don't like the winter or the cold. I don't like the holiday shopping feeling. I don't understand this Christmas spirit that everybody always talks about. I'm a Grinch. For everybody else, Christmas seems like the most wonderful time of the year. But what I also don't tell people is that for some reason, I always feel this sort of darkness. And I don't know why. It's at this point that you're probably thinking, wow, this guy sucks. Yeah, I know. Don't worry. I live with myself every day. How does he not like Christmas? Does he not like the smell of pine trees? Or the taste of sugar cookies? Or how about the joy of a child on Christmas morning? No, I don't. I'm allergic to trees. My body doesn't tolerate gluten very well. And quite frankly, sometimes I wonder if we really need children. They're just so loud. And their voices are impossibly high. I don't get it. I don't understand it. I mean, I get it biologically. Oh, it's just so much. So I'm running around my apartment cleaning because this Christmas is going to be the hardest yet. Because this Christmas is going to be the first one that I miss with my family. And even though I don't like this holiday, I'm going to miss parts of it. I'm not going to be able to enjoy my mom's famous corned beef and potatoes with a Bloody Mary. I'm not going to be able to yell at my brother while we're playing Yahtzee. I'm not going to be able to just simply sit with my family in the living room and chit-chat. I sent a few presents in the mail. I sent my brother a board game and my nephew this little monster truck toy. But it's not going to be the same. I knew this day would come. This day where I would finally miss Christmas family, but I didn't think I would be alone for it. I mean, who could have foreseen these exact circumstances of this year? Besides Bill Gates. He knew. We didn't listen. But I have a plan. I have a plan to get through this day. I'm going to clean. I'm going to put baking soda and vinegar on everything and scrub because not only do I have anxiety and depression, but I'm also obsessive compulsive. And if I can't be home for Christmas with my family in Wisconsin, then I'm going to at least give myself the gift of being able to relax in a clean space on Christmas Day. So at this point, I finished everything except for my toilet. I'm standing in the bathroom looking at it. And there's a hard water stain in it. This is going to be tough. But everything else in my apartment is spotless, so this needs to be clean so I can feel better. I'm always trying to feel better. Years ago, I went back to therapy. I'm sitting in this big white canvas chair in this tiny New York office. It's so tiny that they have a sound machine playing to protect my privacy from the other small offices that we share paper-thin walls with. My therapist says, maybe you should ask your mom about this dark feeling you feel around Christmas as a kid and see if anything bad happened to you. Why didn't I think of that? Maybe it's because I'm not sure I really want to know. So later that night, I'm sitting on my big bed in my tiny New York apartment, debating on whether or not I should call my mom. But I need to know. So I take a breath, I dial her number, and I say, Mom, did anything bad happen to me around Christmas as a child? And it's at this point that I know that she's just gonna say, no, you had great Christmases as a child. You loved playing in the snow and sledding and having off for Christmas school or break for Christmas. And Santa was always good to you. And this was gonna make me feel even more guilty because I had all this privilege and yet I still struggle to find joy around the most wonderful time of the year. Mom, did anything bad happen to me? But immediately, she says no. Yeah, that makes sense. It was December 9th. You were just a toddler, and your grandpa, my dad, had a cerebral hemorrhage early that morning and died in the hospital a few hours later. We were supposed to go get a tree that day and start celebrating the Christmas season. I fell back in my bed and I was blown away. Now I know what experience was imprinted on me, and of course it wasn't her fault or my fault, but it happened. And this explanation brought this memory back. So at least I know now, but it doesn't just immediately make everything better. I intellectually understand why I feel bad, but it's still impossible for me to connect emotionally. I'm still sad around this time of year. So that's why it's important to me to get this water stain out of the bowl, because this time of year is hard enough and I need a win. So I'm standing in my bathroom, I put on my plastic gloves, I got a spray bottle of vinegar and a box of baking soda, and I'm gonna beat this thing. This toilet's gonna be spotless. I'm looking at the toilet, I'm ready to go, but I have a problem. To scrub the bowl, I need to empty the water, and to empty the water, I need to turn off the water supply, and this is my problem. Because a few months ago, I'm standing in the kitchen trying to change the water filter underneath my sink. And the angle stop, the little water knob underneath the sink, it breaks. Because my apartment is old, and because I'm afraid to have a plumber come inside, obsessive compulsiveness, I didn't get it fixed. So right now, I'm living in the kitchen without cold water. I look forward to it sometime in July. Maybe. But I can't risk breaking this same piece on this toilet, especially at 5 a.m. on Christmas morning. Now, I'm happy for this realization not to do anything risky with the plumbing in the wee hours of the morning of a national holiday, but all I want for Christmas is to finish this job. And now I can't. Now I'm going to have Christmas alone, full of anxiety and sadness, with a dirty toilet. I go into my small living room and I collapse into my easy chair, just desperate for this anxiety to go away so maybe I could get some sleep. Maybe I could just sleep the day away. Skip it. Wouldn't that be nice? But then my phone, it buzzes. And that's weird because it's 5 in the morning. I shouldn't be getting a text message right now. This has to be an emergency. I pick up the phone. I see it's a message from my brother and my heart sinks. It's too early in the morning for a message. This can't be good. And after this year, I open the message expecting to read something truly terrible. But it's a video. Stupidly, I now realize it's 7 a.m. in Wisconsin. They're 2 hours ahead of us, and Christmas morning has already begun for my nephew Stanley. In this video, he's standing on a rug in their family room next to the fireplace, and he's opening a present. He slowly and deliberately opens the fluorescent wrapping paper. He's getting tape stuck to his little fingers, but he has to get rid of every single piece before he's satisfied. I wonder what this present is. He finally gets through it all, and then his eyes go wide, and he yells, "It's a monster truck! It's a blue and orange monster truck! It's a monster truck!" And then he says, "I've never seen anything like this before! I've never seen anything like this before!" And then my brother says, "Tell Corey thank you." And Stanley says, "Thank you, Corey!" But then he adds something. He says, "Thank you, Corey! You love it! You love it!" And I know what he means. I know he's just a toddler with poor facility over his pronoun use. But he's not wrong. Because this video melts the ice around my heart. His grammar mistake is true because suddenly I don't care that I've been up all night, or that my toilet is dirty, or even that I'm alone. Because now I don't feel alone. He's so loud and his voice is impossibly high. But he's right. I do love it. My heart feels so warm right now, and I feel so much love. And I thought this was going to be the worst Christmas, but I was wrong. Because this Christmas, I learned that even though I have bad things in my past, even brutal things, there will be moments of total peace. They can happen. And maybe this warmness in my heart, maybe that's this Christmas spirit that everybody's been talking about.